Libra, something in your life has already changed at a soul level, even if the physical world hasn't fully caught up yet. This reading is about reclaiming your power after a major internal transformation. Spirit is asking you to stop letting fear lead the story, because underneath the stress, confusion, and pressure, there's a new version of you trying to emerge. And once you see clearly what's ending and what's beginning, everything shifts. Welcome to your general tarot reading for the month of June. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you haven't already, check your moon and rising sign. Sometimes those hit even harder. I've already shuffled the deck and asked Spirit for insight, so let's get to it. The first card I draw will talk about your present situation. All right, there we go. The Emperor. Take command of your life. The Emperor in this spot says you are in a phase where life is asking you to get grounded, take responsibility, create order, and reclaim your power through discipline and clarity. The Emperor wants you to organize, stabilize, and lead instead of reacting emotionally. This is not soft energy. It's powerful, stabilizing, builder energy. The message is you are capable of leading yourself through this. All right, let's look at your challenge for June. All right, the Nine of Swords. This card has been showing up in different positions for most of my readings lately. It suggests overthinking or intrusive thoughts that won't quiet down. Anxiety spirals, worst case scenarios, or self-blame, sleepless nights, stress, or mental exhaustion. Fear of something that may be more imagined than real. In this position, the Nine of Swords says, your thoughts may be hurting you more than the situation itself. Once you face the fear head on, it loses its power. This challenge is temporary and very solvable once the mental loop is interrupted. Okay, so what's the best you can hope for here? The Empress. Something beautiful has the potential to grow from your current situation. The Empress in the best you can hope for position is one of the warmest, most supportive energies you can receive. It says the highest potential here is emotional fulfillment, flourishing growth, aligned abundance, healing, creativity, and a life that feels rich in more than just material success. All right, let's look at your foundation. Okay, we have death. When death appears in the foundation spot, it usually means the root cause beneath the current situation is a major ending, transformation, or irreversible internal change. This position represents what's happening underneath the surface, unconscious influences, or what the situation is built upon. And death says something has already ended energetically, even if the outer world hasn't fully caught up yet. Even if part of you wants to hold on, the foundation energy says the old cycle is already dissolving. Okay, let's look into your recent past. We have justice. Justice in the recent past position means a recent period of truth, accountability, clarity, or important decision-making is directly shaping your current situation. Something was recently clarified, balanced, decided, exposed, or brought into alignment. The message is the truth changed something, and its effects are still unfolding. Okay, so now let's look at your near future. The Two of Swords. When this card shows up in the near future, it signals a moment where you will need to make a choice. You may face two paths, two opinions, or two truths that feel equally weighted. The message is that a pause is coming, and during that pause, you will need clarity, not pressure. The near future brings a crossroads. You gain clarity by slowing down, listening to your inner voice, and choosing the path that aligns with your truth rather than reacting from fear. Okay, and now let's take a look at you. You have King of Wands energy. The King of Wands in the you position means you're showing up as a visionary, leader, and someone ready to own your power, or you're being called to. This card says you have what it takes to take charge, inspire others, and pursue your goals with confidence and boldness. You are the fire in the engine right now. The question is, what will you do with that power? This is your time to lead, inspire, and act boldly, not from force, but from vision. Okay, let's take a look at what's in your environment. What's hanging around? Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The energy around you is slow moving, but solid. You may be dealing with people or situations that are cautious, methodical, grounded, or possibly too rigid and resistant to change. Everything's moving, just really slowly. Progress in your surroundings may feel frustratingly slow, but there's a long game energy here. The environment supports persistence, discipline, and small steps toward big goals. If you feel stuck, introduce small changes to shift the momentum without breaking the structure. Okay, so what are your hopes and fears? The Devil. This reflects a deep internal conflict, often about temptation, control, or addiction. This position reveals both what you're drawn to and what you're afraid of, so the card here highlights an intense psychological push-pull. You want something that might hurt you, or you're afraid of breaking free from what's comfortable but toxic. The Devil here invites self-honesty. What chains are you afraid to break and why? Okay, now we've arrived at the outcome. The Two of Pentacles. You'll be handling multiple demands. Expect to stay on your toes, balancing finances, relationships, responsibilities, or choices. The outcome is not a clean resolution, but rather an ongoing effort to keep things flowing. But you will be able to stay afloat, manage shifting demands, and keep moving forward. It's about balance in motion, not finality. Your success will come from adaptability and ongoing effort. Okay, now we're going to look at the bottom of the deck and see the energy flowing beneath it all. And we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck is Spirit whispering, you're closer to a fresh start than you think, and the fire is already lit. Okay, let's get a message from Spirit using the Spirit Allies Oracle. We have ayahuasca, a plant ally. When ayahuasca appears, Spirit is calling you into deep healing and transformation. Old wounds, fears, and limiting beliefs are rising to the surface so they can finally be released. This card asks you to surrender resistance, trust the process, and face what's been avoided with courage and honesty. Healing may feel intense at times, but it is leading you toward greater freedom, clarity, and alignment with your soul's purpose. The more willing you are to let go of what no longer serves you, the more space you create for healing, guidance, and renewal. There is a journal prompt with this card for those of you who like to journal, and it is, what trauma patterns are present in your life that you're ready to reprogram? I will post this in the description box below the video. We're going to pull one more card, a quick message from the angels regarding a concern or situation that's been on your mind. And we have, get more information. The situation you have asked about requires more information in order for you to make a wise decision. Approach those knowledgeable about the topic to solicit their advice. If there are friends or family members in your midst who have insight into the matter, ask for their observations. You may need to do some analytical research in order to get the data you need. This could include reading books, taking classes or seminars, or gathering information from the internet. Libra. This reading feels like a turning point between who you were and who you're becoming. The Emperor and King of Wands show that you are stepping into greater personal power, leadership, and self-mastery. But the Nine of Swords and the Devil reveal that fears, overthinking, or old attachments are still trying to keep you tied to a version of yourself that you've already outgrown. At the root of all this is death, a major internal transformation. Something has already ended energetically, and Spirit is asking you to stop clinging to what can't move forward with you. Justice confirms that recent truths and realizations change the course of your path for a reason. But this reading is not about loss, it's about rebirth. The Empress shows that healing, abundance, creativity, and emotional fulfillment are possible on the other side of this transition. The Ace of Wands says the spark for a new beginning is already alive within you, And while the Two of Pentacles suggests life may continue to feel busy or emotionally layered for a while, you are capable of adapting, balancing, and moving forward successfully. Your next chapter will not come from fear. It will come from clarity, from honesty, from choosing yourself, and trusting the transformation already unfolding within you. If this reading hit home, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps more people find these messages, and let me know how it's showing up in your life. If you want a personal reading, all the info is below. If you're feeling called to go deeper into tarot, my Quick Learn Tarot playlist is linked right here. I truly appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.